A while back, Joel Tanis did this picture for us while we were teaching about the love and the hope and the grace of Jesus. And he did such a wonderful job, kind of putting our circles on here of thinking, loving, serving, and living like Jesus. And then there's this beautiful sense of people coming and bringing their hearts together and even carrying one another's burdens. And in this last week of our series of I'm Not Alone, what it is to care for one another the way God cared for Elijah in 1 Kings chapter 19, and what it was for God to come alongside of Elijah when he was just feeling destitute. We want to talk about empowering people. How do we help each other? How do we become so willing that when someone says, here's your next step, we feel empowered to take that next step, that we feel people are bearing our burdens, and we have the sense that we can put our heart on each other. We can be vulnerable and open. And just like Elijah, God empowers him to pass on the mantle. Now, can you imagine that? Here's a servant of God who has been destitute and broken, what we would call a mental illness today. But God, through this process of noticing him and inviting him into health and well-being, challenging him to continue to grow and find hopefulness, he now empowers him to take this next step to healthy living. And he didn't disqualify him because he had that brokenness. He actually says, now pass what you've learned on to the next generation. God carries the heart of Elijah, and then he asks Elijah, he empowers him to make that part of his story something that brings health to the next generation of leadership in Israel. That's what we want to learn this week. That's what we want to be empowered to do, to care for those around us and to find care for ourselves. 9 o'clock is our more traditional, our more classic service. Come to that one if that's the one that your friend wants to be involved in. The more contemporary service, the band and the worship team, that's at 10:30. So if that's where your friends want to come, bring them to that one. But bring the people around you so that we can help people find the support. We can empower them to find the healing. The counselors will be here. The agencies will be here to get help. There'll be guides here that'll help all of us move throughout the building to find hope and healing, to be empowered to live dynamic, full lives in Jesus. So we'll see you this weekend, 9, 10:30 here at Christ Memorial on Grascup.